Hey, good morning. Anthony Morgan's Training Academy. I wanted to kind of show you something simple that I kind of stumbled across and doing what manufacturing that I do. I'm always trying to repurpose things. So today the repurposing point is these squares. These are old-time squares. Now I still use them all the time. They're great. They're a great little square. It's not comparative to a speed square. Now this is a speed square. I use a speed square a lot. I have them all over my shop. But these are really handy. Got the smaller ones that I use most of the time. Now these are, for checking depth. You can check depth on a piece of metal or how deep it's going to be on your, but for squaring up stuff. But my point to this video is this: you can find these all over, because most guys just don't. It's not that they don't appreciate it, but their framers don't use them any longer. Most all framers now go the speed square. But my point here is this. This little piece right here, this is a really good multi-purpose tool. Now for those of you who don't know a lot about these, to kind of give you an idea, if I have two corners, this is a 90 degree corner right here. And so if you look at it, that's going to be exactly 90 degrees. Okay, 90 degrees. So these are little things that I have a few of these, and they're great for squaring up corners, like on building cabinets, building anything. And you put this up and you clamp this to the board, to your cabinet, and then you either put your finish nails or put screws in, depending on how you're going. But you clamp this up. So what I realized along the way was these old squares. This one here I modified. Okay, I took everything out, all the extra stuff that I didn't need, and I cleaned it up with a file. It's got a big round port here. Now I can use this for cutting in my lines. This one here I used for belt loops. If I'm going to need an arc there, I'll use that one. But it's got this little tiny one here too that works good for setting holes in leather and being able to put knots to where you can tie them in. But I've got a bigger hole here in the center. Now my point being is this. This is 90 degrees right here. This is 22.5 right here at the center. From this to this point, that's 22.5. This is a 45. Now, and so as you take, let me get this on here. So you can clamp any of your material if you're doing welding, or if you're doing soldering, or if you're even doing wood. You have these edges here that you can clamp onto to get that little square. So, gathering these, if they are broken or what, this one was broken, and so you can clamp all these little things. Have your 45, your 90s here, your 45s, and you can clamp all these. But I think I paid $1/4 for this one, something like that, and because it didn't have this the ruler with it, and but it's really good. As you can see, it's got these edges that I can clamp to. Now I can butt that up against something and do a weld. The cool thing about welding, this is aluminum, and the welder won't stick to aluminum. Okay, that if you're doing regular steel, it won't. And then solder is the same way. So if I have a butt joint here that I'm trying to weld, it's not going to stick to this. But you can also do it with wood. Clamp this up. It's a great little base. But anyway, it's just an idea. And like I said, you find them around for, like I said, I didn't pay hardly anything for this one. But the potential of this is there's a lot of potential. See, that's a perfect 90. Perfect 90. So you could clamp that on, and then even gluing this joint up, it's going to be great. You could weld it, you know, but just from there, then clamp that on, and it's a perfect 90. So, you know, you guys are out there looking at trying to build your tool collection. These things are really expensive, and I say really expensive. You have to order them. In most cases, order them on Amazon. By the time you pay shipping and stuff, you know, you could be at, you know, 30, 35 bucks, 40 bucks right in there. Not that it's a lot, but they're really, they're nice, but you can't weld to this. They're plastic. Great for wood. This one, you can weld to it, you can solder to it, you can glue up with wood, and if you want more surface area on this, you can always add on to this something to give you longer. Clamp something onto this. This one has a hole here in the center, so I can run a screw through here into my wood, so to give me a longer surface here to work off of. It's still 90. You know, so kind of keep that in mind. With that screw, or you could put a bolt through here, bolt that, and that would give you a longer extension. So this one, let me see if I can find something here. Use this. So this, that, okay, you can put a bolt through there, and that's going to give you a longer extension on that 90 there. Okay, so the potential of using this has a lot. This big hole here, this hole here. This is just basically a template like this one. Okay, this is what is used in a kitchen for a lot of different things. It's a kitchen tool. I use it for making my circles. Now this one here has that half circle. So if I'm trying to round up a piece of metal and I want it to look good, you have these little plastic ones too, but they get broke all the time. I'm constantly breaking them just because they're plastic, and you start trying to scribe around. But so anyway, without going on too much, think about that. And they're going to be all different designs. See, this one doesn't have a round hole here. It's got all these weird things. It's fine because you're only using it to clamp on. But think about it when you're gathering your tools. Cheap. Okay. Thank you. Please subscribe to our channel.